Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now today in the channel, I'm going to do something a little bit different, something I haven't done before, which is a book review. You know, I love books and I think books enhances so much. And I want to share with you a book that I've read, and I'm probably going to do more of these in the future. Now, this particular book is about Agile. Now, there are hundreds of books on Agile. There are courses, YouTube videos, but this book caught my eye for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it's written by a psychologist, not what you might call your average Agile practitioner. The other aspect is this book claims to get under the hood. It takes the veil back and explains some of the secrets or reasons or mechanisms behind why Agile is successful. And by doing so, help you understand perhaps when it isn't so successful and some of the reasons behind it. So with those claims, I was interested to go through this book and have a read of it. So come with me and we can have a short review of what I think about this book and how useful I think it really is. So this book on Agile is written by Dr. Stefanie Puckett. Now she's quite well known within the Agile community. She's done a various number of Scrum Master courses and she's really knowledgeable in Scrum. So it's really interesting to get somebody who has that knowledge of Scrum, but is also a little bit outside or their main job, if you like, as a psychologist. Now, the first thing that struck me with this book is its accessibility. There's no sort of psychobabble in this book. There's no, horses falling over, anything like that. Everything is really practical, tangible, and understandable. And so you have no issue getting through this book. It's also very digestible. It's a relatively quick read. You can get through it in 2 hours. It's very dense, so you probably want to reread it, but it's easy to get through and get the core points pretty quick, which is one of the things I liked a lot about this book. The style is really engaging. And one of the other things that's really good about this book, which makes it stand out, is that although she talks a lot about, psychology and about the various studies, it's always linked, it's always put together with the values and principles of Agile. So you can see the strong connection between the two, which is one of the things I really liked about this book and made it so easy to read and so understandable because it's all connected together. So in terms of the structure and the content of the book, well, it starts off in the beginning, as you'd expect. So it starts off with the history of Agile, but it does it in an interesting way. And I really like how it talks about 3 different types of Agile in organizations. And that also caught my eye. Then the other thing is it goes deeply into the psychology of motivation. There's a big chunk of that, all connected up to, if you like, the manifesto principles and values. So nothing is kind of left hanging. It's all nicely connected together. For me also, one of the key elements and areas I liked a lot, or got me questioning a lot, is one of the values or principles, should I say, I'm getting a bit confused, excuse me. The principles in related to the most effective communication is face-to-face. Now, it challenges this a little bit. It doesn't contradict it in any way, but it challenges it, again, with studies. And so that's the other thing I like. Every time it kind of say, well, this is good, but this could be better, or the studies show this. It's linked up with tangible, easy to understand studies and things that you can absorb and take in yourself. So I really found that part fascinating and interesting. So my summary, my overall feeling of this book is that I consider this one of the most important books on Agile for a number of years. Because it's not a book that you might think in traditional sense of the word, talking about more methods or more processes. But it talks about some of the fundamental problems that we face with Agile. Now, I've been involved in a number of Agile projects. And when they work great. And when they don't work, they tend to really, really not work. Almost catastrophically not work. Tends to be the beast of Agile. And although there are so many companies today adopting Agile, still one of the most difficult aspects of Agile is the transformation of companies, getting that company's resistance out into that domain. And this book addresses a lot of the issues about why that could be happening. It doesn't explain intrinsically, but if you read the book, and if you've faced issues in the past, or maybe now you're a Scrum Master and you're facing issues now, and you read this book, I bet you light bulbs will go off. Because it really helps you understand some of the clear motivations of human beings and how sometimes perhaps these principles can either enhance or actually hinder if executed in the wrong way. And I think also the important thing about Agile is that it is a framework, right? It's not a methodology. Is it a methodology? Is it a framework? Okay, I got to be careful here what I'm saying, but it's a framework, right? And the other things need to be added onto it. So I found this book really a great book, and I consider it a very important book. If you studied Scrum, if you've done your Scrum Masters course, if you're new, I would say this is a great book to get immediately in there and enhance your skills when you start running your own Scrums. If you're a seasoned Scrum Master, it's still a great companion, and especially if you're having currently trouble with Agile, if you're currently having issues with it, this is a tremendous book. Again, the fact that it's so accessible, the fact that it's very concise, really gives it its power. Because although it's accessible and not a Bible, it has a lot of depth to it. So I would really recommend this book. It's one of the best reads on Agile I've had for a long time. And so it's a tremendous book. And for me personally, and it's only my opinion, of course, you can get other people's opinions, but for me, I found this a great read and a great book. So that's the first review that I've done in the books. Now, if you've read the book yourself, put your comments in. If you have other books you think would be interesting to review or read, let me know in the comments section about maybe other interesting books. I'd love to hear your comments and your feedback. And I think, again, reading and reviewing books is something that I have a passion for. And I love books. So this is the first of hopefully of many book reviews that I'm going to do. And this was a good one to start with because it really is a great book. And it gives a slightly different slant on Agile compared to maybe some of the other books. So it's a cracking book, as you would say. So anyway, thanks for listening and watching. And until next time, thanks a lot. Bye for now.